Okay, I am here in Composite Figures number 1, Google Jamboard. So this is a Google Jamboard. On the left-hand side, you see a list of tools that you can use. The very top tool is the pen. Now, if you don't see the pen, you need to zoom out a little bit by using these 3 dots, the snowman, and click zoom out. That way your pen will appear if it's hidden. But if you see it, you can click on the little gray arrow and you have a pen, a marker, a highlighter, and a brush. I want you to use marker, and then you can choose whatever color you want, obviously besides white. Okay. This tool is the eraser if you need it. This is called the selector, just moving your mouse around. This is a sticky note if you want to add some sticky note. This would be to add a picture. Here you can add a shape like a circle or a rectangle or an arrow or something like that. T is for text box. If I want to put some text, like be able to type somewhere, I would hit this, whatever I want my text box, and then I would type. Okay, if I want it to go away, I can go delete. And then the last one is a laser pointer. It just allows you to kind of draw, but it goes away whenever you use it. So whatever you really need the pen or the marker right here. Okay, up here you have what are called frames. As you can see, there are 6 total frames. If I want to see my frames, I click this little down arrow and I can see my frames. Okay, and I can slide through them. Okay, now the last frame tells you how to turn this in. When you're finished, you will not click the blue share button. Do not click the blue share button. Instead, you go back into Google Classroom, click view assignment, and then hit the turn in button. Everything that you do on the Google Jamboard is automatically saved. Okay, now to be able to write on this, of course, choose the marker. Okay, and then with your mouse, you're going to have to click and drag. Okay, either with your mouse or with your mouse pad on your Chromebook. So here, number 1, we're going to work on finding the area of what are called composite figures. In previous grades, you have worked with composite figures made up of triangles and various quadrilaterals, 4-sided polygons. But now that you know the area of a circle, you can calculate the area of a circle and more interesting composite figures. So here in this shape, you can see I have a square and 4 what are called semicircles. Okay, this is a semicircle, this is a semicircle, semicircle, semicircle. A semicircle is half a circle. So I have 4 half circles. So first, let me calculate the area of a square. Okay, so let me say this square right here is shape A. So what I want you to write is over here, let's write shape A, which is a square. Okay, how do I find the area of a square? Well, I could do length times width, or I could say side squared, right? Because I know every side of the square is the same. So I'm going to go area equals, S is for side, squared. The sides of the square are 3, so the area of the square is equal to 3 squared. Again, when the exponent's 2, that means 3 is a factor twice. And so the area of my square is 3 times 3, which is 9. All right, that is the area of my square. So let me go ahead and write 9 meters squared. That is the area of my square. Now, I need to also find the area of these semicircles so that I can add the area of the semicircles to the area of the square to figure out the area of the entire composite figure. So because these are semicircles, let me first write down the area of a circle. Area of a circle, as we have learned, is area of a circle is equal to pi times radius squared. Okay, now that is the area of a whole circle. But if I have an area of a half circle or a semicircle, then I should take the area of this circle and divide it by 2. And that would give me area of half of a circle. Okay, now because all of these semicircles are going to have the same area because all of their diameters are 3, right? The area the diameter from here to there is 3. Same thing from here to here, and from here to here, and from here to here, because the diameters are simply the sides of this square, which are 3. Now, in the area of a circle formula, I don't plug in the diameter, I plug in the radius. But if I know the diameter of the circle is 3, then I know the radius of the circle, or halfway across the circle, is half of 3, or 1.5. And so that is what I'm going to plug in to this equation for area of a circle. Okay, so area equals pi, which is 3.14. So I put in 3.14 for pi, times a radius, which is 1.5, and I squared the radius in my formula. And again, I'm going to divide by 2 because I'm finding the area of a semicircle. Okay, so area equals, I need to square this first. I need to square 1.5 first. So in my calculator, I type in 1.5 times 1.5, hit the equal sign, and that should give you 2.25. And then you need to multiply it by 3.14. So times 3.14, and you should get 7.065. That is what is on top, 7.605. And again, you are dividing by 2 because you want the area of half of the circle. So if I take 7.605 and divide by 2, I get in my calculator 3.5325. Okay, so that is the area of one of my half circles. So like this one right here, let me call this, since my square was shape B, let me say that's shape, my square was shape A. Let me say this was shape B, shape C, shape D, and shape E. Okay, so 3.5325, that is the area of shape B, but I also have shape C, D, and E. Or I could say, how many half circles do I have? I have 1 half circle, 2 half circles, 3 half circles, 4 half circles. So what I can do is take the area of this 1 half circle and multiply it by 4, and that will give me the area of the 4 half circles. So in my calculator, I take 3.5325 and multiply it by 4, and I get 14.13. 14.13. So I have the area of my square, which is 9. I'll write that over here. And the area of my 4 half circles, which is 14.13. So I'm going to take 9 plus 14.13. And if I add those together, that will give me the area of the whole composite figure. So when I add those together, I get 23.13. So 23.13, and my units are meters squared, square meters. Circle final answer. Okay, number 2, it says find the area of this figure. It's made up of, I could say, 3 shapes. Okay, I see a rectangle. Let me say this is shape A, my rectangle. Shape B, let me call this triangle shape B. And let me call the semicircle or the half circle shape C. So let's first find the area of shape A, the rectangle. So shape A, the area equals, since it's a rectangle, area would equal length times width, right? So the area of shape A, length I could say is 6, right? 6, width is 4. So 6 times 4, that's going to give me 24. So the area of shape A is 24. I'll put 24. Of course, that would be square meters. All right, so let me find area of shape B, the triangle. Right here, I have written how to find the area of a triangle. It's 1/2 times base times height. So area of a triangle equals 1/2 times the base. So what is the length of the base? How am I going to figure that out? Well, I know that from here to here is 4. So that must mean that from here to here is 4, right? That is that's the base of the rectangle, or the width of the rectangle. But this is telling me that all the way from here to here is 7. So if I go from here to here is 4, then from here to here must be 3. That way, all the way across would be 7. So that turns out to be the base of my triangle. 3 is the base of my triangle. I'm going to plug 3 in for B. Now, what is the height of my triangle? As you can see, right here, it says 2, right? From here to here, or the height of my triangle is 2. So I'm going to plug 2 in for the height. So now let's multiply. Okay, I could do 3 times 2 first. That's 6. 6 times a half, or 1/2 of 6, that would be 3. Okay, so the area of my triangle is 3. So I have area of rectangle, area of triangle. Now let's find area of semicircle. So shape C. Remember, area of a circle is pi times radius squared. That's the area of a whole circle, but I don't have a whole circle. I have half a circle. So I got to take my area and divide it by 2. Let's plug in what I know. Area equals 3.14, that's pi, times my radius. What is the radius of the circle? If all the way across the circle is 4, if my diameter is 4, what's my radius? 2, right? Half of that. I need to square my radius and then divide by 2 for a semicircle. Okay, now remember, if you square your radius, you have to do that first. So what's 2 squared? 2 times 2, that is 4. And then I multiply by 3.14, or pi. So 4 times 3.14, that is 12.56. So that's my numerator, 12.56. And then I divide that by 2. Easy for me to say, because this is a semicircle. And so I would get 6.28. 6.28. Okay, that is the area of my semicircle. So since I know the area of all the parts, my final step is to add them all up. Okay, I have shape A I found was 24 square meters. That was my rectangle. Okay, then I had 3 square meters for my triangle. And then I had 6.28 square meters, so 6.28 square meters for my semicircle. So if I add those all up, 24 plus 3 plus 6.28, you will get 33.28, and this is square meters. Square meters. That is the area of the composite figure. All right, so that's the first two. You try numbers 3, 4, and 5. Okay, once you are done, like I said, in Google Classroom, you click View Assignment and then Turn In.